Hi, it's Bad Marriage for Life, episode 9, I guess.
No one knows.
We never know what episode it is. Every week we don't know what's going on. Anyway, my name is Jenny Boom Boom. This is Vic.
Hola.
He's my sugar daddy.
Yes. And so.
It's my pimp.
Yes. No.
What?
I'm Clyde.
Oh, Clyde. So anyway.
Bonnie.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
So anyway, this is Bad Marriage for Life. Not sure if you've ever tuned in to Bad Marriage for Life, but this is a weekly show every Thursday at 7, where we basically talk about our relationship, being together for a very long time.
The children. Yeah. And just life.
Yes.
That's it.
And just life.
And we have a good time doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And so I got home and I started doing the dishes because I guess that's a problem for people around here. And so I got home and started doing it. Yeah, and some people. This guy is like all over me all of a sudden tonight, and I don't know what it is. You know, it's like my something. I'm giving off some kind of scent or something.
Nah, it was because I came home and I saw all the dishes too, but I had a lot of work to do. So then when I came back and I saw the dishes was done and the kitchen was clean, girl, that put me right in the mood.
So anyway.
It's because I love you, Jenny,
Okay.
And you're sexy.
Oh, well, thanks. Well, we were fooling around the other night, but, it was only a little fooling around, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, because we got to shut the door because he's been painting our daughter Sasha's room. So Sasha's been bunking with Max in his room, which means we get to close the door, our bedroom door, which we never get to close because our son watched too many horror movies and he thinks like something's going to come out the bathroom or something and kill him. So we have to keep our door open at all times. And so we never get any privacy. And the other night we got some privacy finally, so that was pretty fun. Yeah. I let Vic dry hump me. It was good. I'm a big dry humping fan, so it was good.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that whole sleeping in the room together between the two of them has been hilarious.
Yeah.
It's been
Max is so mad that Sasha has to stay in his room. He is a year ago he would beg his sisters to sleep on the bottom bunk because he was scared. He's scared. But now he's like, why is she in my room? I can't pull out my gaming set. I can't do this. So he's been really terrorizing Sasha. He stepped on her head the other morning, when she was sleeping. It's been pretty bad, but it's all good.
Yeah, but she wanted to sleep in there too because she didn't want to she didn't want to sleep in the room on the other side of the house by herself.
Right. There's another bedroom, which we're in right now. We're in this bedroom now.
So she didn't want to sleep over there, so she chose to bunk with him.
Right. And he's really not happy.
Because
he's not happy.
She wanted to stay on that side of the house.
Right.
So Max is like, if you want to stay on this side of the house, there's a
You're going to abide by my rules.
Yes, there's a price you have to pay.
Right. So you know what? We decided that we were going to add a certain dimension to this show, which we've been kind of looking for. Of course, we always take questions. We've been together a really long time. And we answer anything you ask us, honestly. But we also want to talk to other couples, and we don't really get to do that very much. So we invited a friend of ours to come on to the show tonight to talk about his relationship. And I didn't really want to, I'm going to let him introduce himself because he's such a big deal to me. And he's a really great friend of mine. And I love him. So, hi.
Hello. Wait, we got to get the angle right. There we go. Boom. Da, 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 da. What's up? I'm Stevie.
Stevie!
And we're the Nunas.
The Nunas family.
The Brady Bunch.
How are you?
I am good. How about you?
All right. So, Stevie, please introduce everyone to your wife.
So, first of all, I'm Stevie Nunas. I'm on the morning show on Hot 93.7. And this is my wife that likes to stay behind the scenes. I'm so surprised. Jenny, you don't understand. MTV trying to get her to do a true life story, and she was not having it.
Really?
She's never been on camera. She'd rather just cook and clean, and that's how she got her ring. And she's just really low key. We met each other in 2008, 2006. Sorry about that. In church. We actually used to be church goers. We still go to church, but we were really, really deep into it. We were really young. She was really annoyed by me because I never sat down in church. I was always waving hallelujah and stuff, and she would be like, please sit down. I'm trying to clean the church. I'm trying to do this. And she was very, very strict. But I needed that to survive through my journey. Listen, a lot of people don't know that I wouldn't even wake up for work if it ain't for Joanna. So she's amazing. We have 2 kids together. We have a 10-year-old named Chloe, and we have, which is Max's future wife, and then because it's arranged marriage, and then we have.
Sound really weird right now saying that, so.
I'm just kidding. I don't know that. It's just he loves her, and then we have a junior. It took 10 years to have another child. Joanna really didn't have a first.
Not having it.
Tell her about your first labor. Tell her why you didn't.
It was a difficult delivery, so I was scarred for life. So I was not trying to do the whole thing again. I was like, no. So it took me 10 years to get over that, and now we have SJ.
Now we have SJ.
The baby is so cute, and I haven't gotten to see him up close and personal yet because of the COVID thing.
I know.
I am looking forward to seeing him. He's just so darling when I see him on your Instagram, Stevie.
Yeah.
Right. He's amazing. He's a good kid. He goes to sleep. He's a good baby. He goes to sleep from like 9 to like 5 in the morning. We got to make sure we check his diaper because we're like, we don't want him to catch no rashes or anything. But really good baby. We're really blessed. A lot of people don't know this dynamic side of myself. A lot of people don't even know that I'm married, although I do talk about it on our show. But Joanna's very low-key. We could tell you about our relationship. You could ask us any question because I feel like we're like a testimony to a lot of couples. So you could ask us the hard questions, whatever you want. We're ready. She's like, did I sign up for this?
Baby, you know me. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. So, okay. So how long were you guys together before you got married?
We were together 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got together in 2006, got married in 2009.
We were, right.
I'm sorry. No, I was yelling at Vic because
I'm always taking a sip. The ice throws things off.
yeah, it's annoying,
Yes,
okay?
okay.
It's like,
Up.
drives me
Right
nuts.
there, it's right there.
It drives me crazy. Just like the socks off in the bed. Just like when he bends over and his ass is out. It's like, drives me crazy. It's like one more thing. So sorry.
Crack for days. Crack for days.
All right, like, okay, so do you guys do that too? Do you drive each other crazy?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This one.
You gotta understand. I'm like an extrovert. She's an introvert. I don't know how we lasted 11 years, Jenny. We've been married 11 years.
We're together for 14. Don't eliminate those 3 years.
Yes, and I don't know how she hasn't given me the poop yet. I mean, that's why they say there's always a person that's meant for you. She knows everything about me. I mean, a lot of people thought I was going to end up with a man all these years, and I ended up with Joanna. You know, it's 2020. I could be honest and I could be, transparent.
Yeah. And I appreciate that about you.
Right.
I appreciate that about you.
Right.
That you're so open and honest about that. And I mean, you know me too. Like if a hot girl comes around me, I might just make out with her. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Vic understands that about me, and he actually encourages that. So he's like, hot girl, make out. But you know, so yeah, we talk open and honestly about that in my family as well. So you know, I appreciate that about you.
Right. I told her right before we got married because I could never live a lie. And one thing about me is that I would rather tell my story than someone else. Not even Hollywood could tell the story better than I can tell the story of myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when we got together, I was like, Joanna, you didn't know that I'm like, that I'm like, I was like bisexual? And she was like, well, I don't know what you are. You kind of, she was like, no. And I was like, well, people think I'm greedy.
You're all over the place.
Yeah. And then I'm like, Joanna, you didn't know that? She was like, no, but you know, maybe Vic, because when I was spitting that game, I was like 100% like, yo, it was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give it the masculine there, like to bag, you know? I didn't bag her like, hey, Joanna. She probably would have smacked me. Like, boy, if you don't sit down, you know? So she didn't really know. She didn't know. And what was great about Joanna is that she's not from the same town I grew up in. So we came from two different worlds. She comes from, you know, she was the only daughter from her father. Her father's a Marine. He was super strict as hell, still is. He was great right until I said I do, and he knew shit got real, and then that's it. He wanted to kill me. I remember my first time sitting down with my father-in-law, and after I had a drink, he like whacked my drink to his wife and said, "Put that in the freezer. We're gonna get the DNA." Like he's very he's very strict. What helped me is that I gave him like the church boy image, and so he was okay with that at the time. But he's very strict. He loves me. He don't love me. But it's been great. It's been a journey. I mean, Joanna has stuck by me. I don't know how. Like if we do a lot of events and stuff, and she wants her husband around a lot. It's like she has to share me with the rest of the world. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, in the beginning, I was like, that's selfish, but this is my job. But then she was like, no, slow down, because we still got to have some structure, and you still have to be grounded.
Right.
So because else you're going to go out there and drive yourself crazy. Now,
Right.
but I need to work. I need to make this money. We need to pay these bills. And she was like, I'll work a little bit too, She works a lot, actually. And we could do this together. So I'm really happy to be in Connecticut and where I'm at. And because I want to be like in LA or something, but she keeps me grounded, And that's great.
Yeah.
So, that's the blessing.
I just want to say, first of all, Joanna, how beautiful you look. I mean, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Just giving birth like a few months ago. I mean, that's wow. You look so great.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. And it's just babies are such a blessing. And I just feel like, this is just such a wonderful thing. So what has been your experience with, Stevie being on the radio and stuff? Because for someone, like me and Vic, over the years, we've worked very closely together. And before I was even with Vic, Vic was, managing Craig. So Vic was out and about all the time and, in this business already. So for you, and you're not being involved in this business, what is it like to be married to someone like Stevie, who, like he said, is out and about and he's telling the world of your business and all of that?
It took a little getting used to. As far as the letting the business out and all that, because I am a very private person. I only open myself up to those that are closest to me. So it took me a little bit to get used to that. But now I feel like I'm an open book. I feel like the majority of people know our story and a lot of things about us. So I'm okay with it. And I feel like because we're so different, we kind of bring things out of each other. Like I bring the stability into his life, but then he also brings me out of my comfort zone, like something like this, because I would never do something like this before. So, he brings me out of my comfort zone, always pushing me into something else. So it's like a tug and pull. We're always bringing each other to experience something different. So, he's always been all over the place. So he was a Spanish teacher before radio.
You're
a teacher?
You would have never known, right?
Great.
You would have never known.
But even with that, he's the life of the party wherever he goes, just always doing things above and beyond. So when he said he wanted to do radio, it really wasn't that surprising.
Right.
It was just something that fit his personality, and I already knew, that nothing was really going to change. It was just a little bit more amplified. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stevie, you're a teacher.
Wait, what grade? Wait, who did you teach Spanish to?
So, Colin Cowherd from the Herd Show?
Yes.
Yeah.
His son Jackson was actually my student.
Wow.
So that's how I got into radio. He actually paid my way through school.
He's such a nice person.
Right.
Yes, he's an amazing person. His son only wanted to go to school if I was there. Of course, I was the teacher. I had them doing fiestas. I had piñatas, candy. Like, who the hell don't want to be in my class all the time?
Right, right.
So it got to the point where he was in his relationship, and he wanted to start dating. He had separated from his baby mother, and he wanted to start dating. So it got to the point where I would go to his house and babysit Jackson. So it was, and I would teach him and stuff like that. And then he was like, "You're in the wrong business. You should be in communications." And I was like, "The communications broadcasting business." I was like, "All right." And then it so happened that I would always drive by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, go CSB.com, shameless plug. And that's where I met Money Mike. And Money Mike was in my class, and Money Mike was one of our groomsmen. He was actually in our wedding. And Marv Lowe was the one that got me into my first internship with across the street, and that was amazing. And then I quickly, you know, I started doing events, and that's where I met you. I saw you in LA at the BET Awards, and I took that as a sign. And then we were at a bar one time in that really like well-known club where Buck had his birthday party on the North End. And you and I were at the bar, and you were like, Stevie, you need to be at Hot 93.7. And I was like, you're right. I feel like I'm closer to that. I feel like I'm close to you. You know, I started listening to radio when you got there, and you were like, well, you need to be with us. So I always kept that in the back of my mind. When I moved to Florida, I came back, and I was like, you know what? All I heard was your voice. And then I remember our big boss said, Jenny put a word in for you. She said that you should be in radio. So looking at us now, it's like it's all come full circle.
Right.
And now me and Jenny are like family. I love her. Vic loves me. He loves my furs even more. He's
Okay.
he
And
hates
makes
my
fun
furs.
of furs, just to be clear on that. He makes fun of them and doesn't want them near him.
He says, if you don't get your damn fur away from me, he's like, look, you got fur everywhere. And I,
Okay, let me tell you something. I was cleaning one day.
To be honest with you, I can't prepare to see it. I didn't know.
It's too amount.
Listen, I was cleaning one day, and there was a piece of the fur coat that was on the floor. I screamed so loud
Vic
because
is about
I
to
thought
die.
that it was an animal, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
that's what Vic said. He said, what the hell is this? We got a damn skunk
Yeah.
around here? Like, I remember seeing that.
That is so funny.
And Jenny's like, leave Stevie alone. That thing was so funny.
I wear a lot of black, so it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it's like-
yeah,
yeah.
that goes right. That's like a passport.
That doesn't work for us. We're black, like every day.
So,
We have no color at all in our wardrobe.
It's black, gray, and white.
Yeah.
so it's awesome because I can't get over Vicky sometimes.
Yeah, occasional blue now and then, depending on.
No, Joanna, one time we went shopping for him for his birthday, and I picked out all these clothes for him at Champs, and I picked him out camouflage shorts. And I go, why don't you try these on? If it goes, camouflage? That's too flashy. I can't wear camouflage. It's a pattern. And I go,
You're like, that's Wu-Tang.
fine. He's just black, all black, everything. That's the Bronx in him coming out. He's like, I'm just
Right. That's
no.
like my mother.
That's all right. That's not always my go-to. Black shirt, black pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
I try to spruce it up today.
So let's talk about our sex life, how we keep it
Sure.
interesting. So look at Vic's face.
I let Vic go down, like, feel on me the other day and dry hump me, and that was 2 nights ago, and
Yes, it was a very great experience.
it took 3 minutes and we were done, and we were to watch TV after and go to bed, so it was good, you know.
Right in-
Well, let me start with her. Listen, let me start with before sex. We used to go to the gym, and she would be with bench pressing.
press.
Yes, and I would be doing cardio with the girls. And I'm like, that's what I knew right there. Like, she's the man of this relationship. Like, she changes she goes and she puts oil in our car, and I'd be looking at her like, she's like, whoa. And then she goes and she puts air, and I'm like, Joanna, someone's gonna walk by and say, what the hell kind of man is this? And she's like, no, I got this. So she's very much
Who's
like,
gonna do it? Who's gonna do it if I don't?
Right, that's a good thing.
It's gotta get done.
so she does a lot of stuff, and I'm like, yo, that's so crazy.
So are you trying to say, like, in bed she throws you up against the wall, Stevie?
Yes. Yes. She does.
She said, shut up.
She does everything but put a.
Get over there.
She does everything but put a dildo on and do.
Oh, my God.
I don't.
So you'd probably thoroughly enjoy that, though, Stevie.
Yeah.
I can't get that. I can't get that far. I can't.
It's like this. Let's go back to the fur coat. Fur coat.
Say.
Like fur coat. Safe word. Fur coat.
Imagine me and Jenny on the show. Like, they would be calling up the station like, did you guys just hear what Jenny is?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So when we had no power, and I think you guys lost power too.
Right.
We were able to get rid of the kids for a few days.
Yes.
And that was how long ago?
Oh man.
Like 6 weeks ago?
Yes.
We were because they went to our daughter's apartment because she didn't lose power. And that was the last time we had physical contact until 2 nights ago when that, we were able to actually, and that was quick. That was some real quick, like, hey, we're in high school. Let's get this done quick thing. Let's get it,
We started an episode of Mom and we was done before it was done.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's because it turns me off when I hear Dad. It goes like
Yes.
this. Like,
Yeah. No,
like
have kids
why is my kid yelling my name when
Yeah.
my wife should be yelling my name?
You hear the door close, they're walking around. It could be 3 morning. They're walking around, they're investigating, they're standing outside the door. Like, we've been terrorized for years. Terrorized.
It's so bad that
Or it's my daughter saying, "Oh, I want to have girl talk." Not at midnight. No, there's no girl talk at midnight.
Right.
Like,
Go
go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to your father.
Right.
Like, we're trying to talk.
I talk to him naked.
We're trying to wrestle talk.
last week I had with Max I have to like slowly close the door and like turn and they have the doorknob turned, like slowly release it because if he hears the click.
Oh.
Is that right?
Right up. He could be sleeping for 5 hours and he hears that right up.
That click, that metal on top of metal. He's like, oh.
The door's closed.
My dad and my mom, they used to put a paper that says "Do not enter" and hang the bell like from the door in New York.
Oh, that doesn't work here. If you put
And I'm scared that if I do that now, my daughter's gonna come in and see us doing that. She's gonna hit us with the belt. Like, why you made me see this?
Oh no, the kids today, if you put a paper there, they'll open the door and say, "What's this paper for?"
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
They don't.
I can't read your handwriting.
Right. Too much cursive.
It's been so bad in the past that, especially when the older girls lived here, they would like be giggling and stuff, and I would be screaming, "I hate you!" while we're trying to do it. I'm screaming at my kids, "Leave me alone! Mommy gets nothing in the world! Nothing!"
It's so hard. It's like it's so hard, man.
I really thought that it would have gotten easier, as she got older. Just no.
Now I see why I
No,
never-
it's more aware.
Right.
She's more aware of what's going on. That's the problem, you know?
Even with like TV. So let me ask you a question. Like we watched I don't know if y'all been watching that Lovecraft Country
Oh, God.
show and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of sex in that show.
Yes,
Yeah.
and stuff, you know what I mean? So we watch it with Sasha and stuff, and every time a little sex scene comes on, you see it.
And I'm like, fast forward. I mean, fast forward.
Yeah,
because-
it is real good.
Chloe goes, whoa! Chloe goes, whoa!
And she
I'm like,
said,
mute it.
she said, but I'm still like, I can't watch this with you.
Right.
P-Valley. That was P-Valley for me. I was like, how am I gonna get through this season? Like I have a 7-day trial with stars. Like I'm trying to watch it before. And here comes Chloe. I'm like, Chloe, I told you not to come in here.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, she walking back going, M-I, crooked letter.
Cricket letter. Cricket letter. Oh my God.
Humpback. Yeah, I know the show.
Yeah, I love that show. And it's so crazy. Because even on that show, like the rapper, he ends up with the owner. And I'm like, whoa. It's
Yeah.
crazy nowadays.
It was out there. So, What else here? What else did y'all watch? So we watched the Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
What else are we watching?
I don't really know. What do we?
Oh, we watching. We started Fargo. You ever
Fargo with Chris
watch
Rock.
Fargo with Chris Rock?
Oh, I got to watch that.
There's 2 episodes in so far.
Yeah.
And
The,
so-
the baby don't let us watch anything or close.
Yeah.
Really? Why? Why?
He just loves to play. All he wants to watch is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So if you want to talk about any of those episodes, we got you.
What happened?
But anything else, we don't get a
We
chance.
don't get a chance to do anything, but it's crazy, these kids.
No, how has the quarantine been for you guys? I mean, Stevie's still home broadcasting. Are you out working or are you still working from home?
Me, no. I've been off work since I want to say the end of February for maternity leave. And then I'm an eviction paralegal, so we're not doing evictions right now. So I'm probably looking at maybe next year going back.
Wow. So you guys are like really home together.
Yeah. All
Maybe
day
it's
long.
like
All day long.
A lot of conversations.
so how are you guys getting along? Because it's like, you know, I'm home in the mornings. I mean, he's back at work in the mornings and I'm back at work in the afternoons, which is helping.
Yeah.
But at one point we were sharing the office downstairs so I could broadcast and he'd be in there and stuff. And it's just like, it's just so much to like be together all the time. Like you want to be able to miss somebody sometimes.
Right. Now, I was used to not having him all the time here because he'd be, you know, this event here, this event there. I got to go to the station. I got to go to New York. It was always something everywhere. And so when quarantine came and he was here 24/7, I would clean the house. And 2 seconds later, there'd be like a dish there. And
Were you like, put the dish away?
yes. I'm like, why can't you just wash it? So it was just a lot of togetherness. It was a lot of yelling, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're okay. We kind of like meshed and we figured out everything. I think at one point he was like, oh my gosh, I really like my wife. And I was like,
Right.
like you really did it before?
Right. Because I got to see, like, man, she does so much for me.
So he was like, yeah, you're pretty cool.
Yeah, I
That
kind
was
of thought they were boring at once. You know, you.
horrible.
And then when I got home and I stood with them and all I had was them, I was like, wow, you guys are actually fun, you know? But it is getting to the point where, like, I miss certain things, but it kept me grounded. I got to spend more time with my child. I missed a lot of Chloe's years, didn't realize it.
Yeah.
When she turned 10 and then baby was born and I was 2 months in, I almost wanted to cry because I was like, yo, I wasn't there for Chloe like that. Like how I am for him. I missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And now this little boy's attached to me. He doesn't want to let me go. He like looks for me. He like extends his arm at me, and it's like a different connection. Yeah. And yeah, it's so much better that I've been able to be home with him. Because with Chloe, I missed a lot of stuff. I mean, I would go to like a lot of her stuff, like, you know, she's always in activities, such as karate and dance. She's a dancer, and I would show up to those things. But even with that, I would show up and I would have to leave. But now being able to be present and actually be a parent, it just feels like, wow, I missed out on that. You know?
Yeah.
It was hard. Like, I was like, wow, man. Like, I can't believe that I missed all of that. Like, just all of it.
And now it's daddy. And I'm like, hello, I'm here too.
Like, I gave birth to you.
Right.
So, you know, I feel the same way about what you're saying, because I feel like, you know, even though this thing has been crazy, it's like a nightmare. At the same time, we've rediscovered our families, right? So we're spending more time with our kids, and, you know, like even our older kids, you know, they come over and we spend time together and we plan family things. And it's a lot different than before when we were all kind of running around. We were constantly running.
Always.
Work and the kids and activities, and it was just nuts. So now things have slowed down to where you can really get to know the people that you actually live with in your house, because, you know, and you know, in our business, Stevie, I mean, I was working a lot, a real lot. So now I'm home in the mornings and I'm working, and then I get out there and I come home because there's nowhere to go. But it's been quite an experience. But this is also the time, and I keep stressing this to everybody, that if you're not happy in a relationship, you need to break up now, because flu season is starting.
Boy, it's cold.
You got time, run.
If you're not happy in a relationship, abort now. I repeat, abort.
This is your time to go.
November.
Yes. Yes, they will.
Right. And it's been amazing to be able to be there. You know, I spend a lot of time with them. I mean, we go on walks together. We do all the corny stuff that I always thought was corny.
Walking is so good because you can talk to each other.
Right.
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 You know, I really enjoy that. I do.
Right.
Yeah.
and it's amazing. Like we've gone on trips together. We've done really nice things together and really been able to enjoy our company without other people involved. You know what I mean? Like there was always, I gotta go here, I gotta go hang out with this person, I gotta go meet with this person, I gotta go, and it was like, it was a little neglecting. Like I could admit, it was a little. I neglected a little bit of like my household stuff, and now
But
I
I also
see it.
like my peace.
But she doesn't mind that I'm not here.
Right. Because
To enjoy it. I like the peace and quiet.
She likes her alone time. She does. Like when I tell you, she likes to read her books. When I'm here with her too. On the flip side, I'm kind of needy, so I'm like, Joanna, where's the towel? Joanna,
Where's
Where-
my blanket?
where's my blanket?
so I just want
Joanna! Oh my God, that was that morning that I was trying to lie.
the opposite here. I don't know where anything is. I said to Vic yesterday, I go, there's a light bulb out next to the washing machine. Where do we keep the light bulbs? I don't know how this house is run whatsoever. I don't know anything about this house. Because I've spent so much time out of it, I guess. But he knows where everything is.
Wait, we spent the same amount of time out of it as.
Okay, I've just never got to know the house.
Matter of fact, I might have been out a little bit more than you. But I still make sure to know what's around my
I
home.
don't
You
know
gotta know what's around.
Max is like,
You don't know it.
batteries for my controller. I'm like, ask Dad. I don't know where the are. I don't know where you keep the batteries.
Yeah, no, nobody in this house can function unless they ask me, Mom, where's this? Where's that? And I'm like,
The last time we were home, we had real cable. Now we have Wi-Fi. So I'm like, how do we turn on the Wi-Fi? Like, now we have Netflix and all of this. I'm like, when it says that something is off, I'm like, help! She's like my IT.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like,
Okay, how about we got Hulu like a year ago, and I still don't know how to turn on the Hulu. Has to come in the bedroom to show me how to turn on the Hulu. Because
right. We got other things we gotta.
I'm confused. I don't know how to get on it. I have no idea.
My
how
brain storage is full.
I don't know how to get on Amazon Prime.
We're already robots at work. Like my brain storage is full. Like I have to learn all the technical stuff at work. Oh my God. They're always like, did you put in your hours? Did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how to deal with this. And I don't want to tell them that. So I'm like, Joanna, when we first had the mic and all of that at home, I was like, Joanna, I need you. I need you. So Buck be like, can you check something for me? I'll put him on mute and I'm like, Joanna, come here.
it's me. I see.
I need to check the mic.
She checks the mic. She's like Bob at home for me. Like she's
That's hilarious.
Oh, you guys are such a cute couple. You really are. I mean, you said the arguments. What do you guys argue the most over? Like, first, Stevie, you go first, and then go ahead, Joanna. You tell me. What do you guys argue the most over?
we argue about like, okay, so she has a different view of life. Like I go based off faith. So I'm like, we're gonna November we have this trip with my brother to this lake house, and all I have to do is give him this amount of money. And she's like, yeah, but we have these bills before we could get to that. And I'm like, well, we're gonna do it. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And she's like, you gotta be realistic. So I always fight with her when it comes to things like that. I'm like, Joanna, I said that we can do it. And she's like, okay, all right. So she does not break. Like Joanna has this personality that she does not break. Like she calls out all my BS. Like she'll be like, yeah, sure, and that gets under my skin because who knows us better than our spouses, so we can't bullshit them. You know what I mean? Like how we could bullshit everyone else. You know, like she'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah, good luck with that one, and that gets me so mad. And then it just like hits my like it's the ego thing for guys, right? Because we're like, I got this, trust me, I got this. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and she's just like, okay. So that's like a lot of our fights. You know, that's a lot of our arguments. How about you, Tag?
Oh, I agree. That's a big one. because he's real quick to like jump and do things, and I'm just like, oh, okay, let's make arrangements so that way we can do
She's
that.
a planner.
I'm very much a planner, and he's just very much a goer, like just always. And for me, a lot of the arguments are really silly things, like around the house. Like I just don't want to do everything, and so I'm like, you know, always yelling, not just at him, at like my daughter too. I'll be like, can you guys help, like around the house? And so that's mainly, it's like stupid stuff, but not stupid stuff at the same time.
Yeah. So I just, in this situation, I'm Stevie and Vic is you, Anna, because I planned a trip to California last year. Okay. I planned a trip to California last year. I told the kids we're going to California. Okay. I said, we're going to go to California for a week. We're going to go to Universal. We're going to go to Malibu, my favorite place on earth. We're going to go do all these things. And then Vic the next day said to me, we're going to California? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you told the kids we're going to California and you didn't talk to me about it? And I go, yeah. So this was, the trip was going to be like $12,000 or something. So I go, I'll pay half and you pay half. And he's like, all right, cool. So about 3 weeks before the trip, I said, I want to let you know I don't have a trip. So then he was like, okay, let me figure this out now. So he pulled the money together or whatever. And we were able to go to California. But the point is, I'm Stevie.
I'm still waiting to get paid back.
That is so. That,
I'm paying him back with all this great sex that we're having.
woo, woo, woo. It's true. I remember telling, okay, so we were at church at the time, right? And I remember telling my Bishop Brown, his name is Bishop Brown, and I remember telling him, oh, we're dating. And he was like, it's like an episode of Maury. You guys are like the odd couple, you know, like, what do you guys have in common? And he was like, oh, no, we're going to have to do
Like,
marriage
nah,
counseling.
that's not gonna last.
It's not going to work. And we're the longest lasting relationship. And it's because we balance each other out. Like, she balances me out. And then on top of all, she doesn't judge me. I remember she had a breaking point. It was one Halloween. I was like, I want to be Cardi's aunt. Like, I want to be Cardi's aunt for Halloween. Like, I want to be an aunt like Medea kind of thing. But call myself like Cardi's aunt and Cardi's babysitter, right? So they dressed me up. They did my makeup. They did everything. And I was supposed to
shaved his beard.
shave my beard, everything. I was supposed to stay at my cousin's house that night. Me and my cousin got into a fight. We looked like two women fighting. This guy's trying to pick me up in a pickup van. He thinks I'm really a woman. And and I knock on the door. One now is off. It looks like I got into a fight with my cousin. And she's like, what the hell is this? She was like, I can take everything, but that was like her breaking point. She was like, what the hell, Stevie?
The breaking point was the fact that he came home with like a full face of makeup. He had, I was like, where did your beard go? And then he's sleeping on the bed and he's like this and his nails are just like all out. And I was like,
Yeah.
No, there can only be one pretty girl in this relationship right now.
I'm trying to touch you down there.
So what, Joe? It's like, what was the fight like? I mean,
What was what?
the fight like? Did you just explode?
She threw a pillow at me, I think.
That's it?
No, I think I threw your fake bra. I was like, where does bra come from?
Say hi to Auntie Jenny and Uncle Vic. Say hi.
Yeah, she's so darling.
No.
Say hi.
He's so cute.
Say hi. Look.
Oh my God.
Chloe, come and grab baby.
So if we were younger, I would have another baby, but supposedly, according to my gynecologist, it's a very, well, I mean, I probably could get pregnant, but my ovaries have dust on them right now. But basically, I would have another baby because they're just such a fun time, babies. And especially now, I feel like with people being home with quarantine and stuff, it's fun to have a baby in the house.
It is.
It is, yeah.
That is what kept me. Having the baby there was like what kept me distracted. And then knowing that he has a very low immune system is what helped me out too. So like I don't go thought it was on Facebook. People are asking me. That's our marriage counselor. She's like, tell her to go to Jenny Boom
I
Boom.
will.
Tell her to go Instagram Jenny Boom Boom.
I'm
Jenny Boom
I'm
TV.
the marriage counselor. I can't hold my own relationship together, but I do make sure to hold other people's relationships together.
So we have a spiritual counselor, and she's dope. She's like a mother to us. She's so fun. We went to the beach together. She's from Brooklyn, very New York, and
She keeps it real.
she keeps it real. Her and her husband are they're the pastors of our church, and that's what helped our relationship was them because they have been through so much. You know, there has been every type of thing you could think of in their relationship, but they have, you know, went strong. I mean, we've been in a relationship since I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you could only imagine, like
So there was a lot of growing in that
Yeah.
time.
there was a
Because
lot.
you're also still finding yourself,
Right.
like, you know, during that time. So there was a lot of like up and down in our marriage, and she helped keep us grounded. She helped she was our counselor, working through us, working with us through everything. And you know, because you can
Could
either
you
you
imagine?
can either grow together or you can grow apart. And for us, thankfully, we grew together through
Right.
everything.
Can you just imagine, like, a 20-year-old, like, we've been together since I was 20, and I wasn't very, like, I wasn't, like, a sexual being when I was a kid. Like, I would always just want to, like, dance and party and go to, like, all the basic parties, all the quinceañeros, and I would be that type of person. And I get into a relationship, it's like, you have one coochie all the time. So it's like, you know, you're gonna be attacked. You're gonna think of like trying to talk to someone else. You know, there was a point where I asked her, like, Chloe, go over there, cover your. Oh, you gotta get okay.
I'm gonna actually come out with a T-shirt that says one coochie,
One coochie
at
all
a
the
time.
time. All the time on the back.
One coochie all the
One
time.
coochie all the time.
And like,
One
you
coochie
know,
one
I
coochie
had asked like,
all
Chloe,
the time. All the time. One coochie all the time. One coochie all the time.
That's like, but you'd have to put all men in the video with like gray hair.
All the time. One coochie all the time. One.
so I was always like into like having like an open like to see if we could like. I used to like, you bring
Are
somebody.
you trying to sing, Stevie?
I was like, you bring somebody, I bring somebody. And then, and we have fun. and you get to pick the person, I get to pick
He's
the
trying
person.
to like go around the bush because our
Go
daughter
on,
is
yeah.
making a bottle right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I tried for a very long time
Earplugs.
to do that because, you know, you're just like, whatever, we're in another country, we're on vacation, like, look, someone is gonna make us our shirt.
Thank you, Preppington, who's going to be making the one coochie at a time shirt.
For all of us.
Yes, hashtag bad marriage for life on the back.
Right.
One coochie.
One coochie all the time. One coochie.
We need some producers. We need some producers. We need to make the song.
Oh no, it's got to be like a Swiss Beats record because it's got to have that.
One coochie all the time. One coochie all the time. One coochie all the time. One coochie.
So this is like the most fun we have. I feel like I'm actually hanging out with you guys.
So one coochie all the time.
One coochie all the time. One coochie all the time. One coochie.
This is the most fun we have.
Yeah.
We're always like home, just us. You know, we go sometimes to visit like cousins, but we like to hang out with married couples.
So anyway, wait, back to the whole.
Oh, the
yeah,
spicy.
no, that ain't happening because I'm not a big sharer.
Okay, so there's no swinging happening, or wasn't
Nah,
happening? Yeah, all
no
right.
swinging.
And it can get, I mean, it can get a little strange, I imagine, the swinging.
Right,
it
because they get attached.
You know, I haven't done much swinging.
Yeah.
I do the swinging.
There can be jealousy in situations like that, I assume. So, I mean, you know.
You might run into somebody in the supermarket in the produce aisle that you didn't really want to do. Like, oh shit.
For real. And we tried, you know, we tried, and I was like, come on, let's do it. I was like 25. 26. Joanna's like, okay. She said, okay, I'll try it. That thought was good for 3 hours. She was
Sounded nice.
sounded nice.
Mm.
So when we're doing it, we act sometimes like someone else is there too. And then we live out all fantasies. So
Nice.
like,
Wait a
Now
minute.
that I could do.
and we dress up like we're someone else. So like she wears different wigs.
Are you a superhero?
Yeah.
Just the cape on.
Cape and all.
You know, because that's what keeps a relationship going. Like,
You got a Batman outfit in your bedroom, Stevie. What's going on?
a tight,
You already see the cowboy hat?
a tight one.
I do believe though that you have to role play in order to keep things exciting, and you have to also sometimes close your eyes. And I think of Jason Momoa, personally. I don't know if you know who that is. That's Aquaman.
Yes.
But you know, I mean, people do that because I mean, honestly, after a while, when you've been together so long, it's like your bodies aren't a surprise to each other. You know, I mean,
I'm not putting on.
But in the dark, it's all a surprise. You can pretend it's whoever.
I'm sorry.
In the dark, it's all a surprise because you can pretend it's whoever.
Right, right. And I think every couple does that. I mean, I would, you know, it's because it's like when you're with other people, and honestly, you know, as much as people say things about me because I make sexual jokes all the time, I haven't really been with a lot of people. So, but you know, to me, it's like I would assume, you know, the lustfulness is because it's new. So after a long time being together, it's like y'all know what each other look like. So yeah, shut the lights off and think of somebody else for a little while, and you'll be all right.
Last
You
week,
shut off the lights, Vic. Shut
last,
off the lights, light a candle.
last week you called out The Rock's name. I was like, oh shit.
You're like,
I
do
was
you smell? La, 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 la. What the rock? No, listen. I be acting like she's J-Lo sometimes.
That's all
And-
right. Pretend you were Romeo.
And then the other thing we try to do when we tried when the kids were gone was we was like let's pull up the porn because we don't really watch porn together. Vic's porn selection is so completely different than mine.
No, because I have no porn selection.
He
'Cause,
goes the first video.
yeah, I just go whatever.
He went to the first
whatever
video.
on the timeline. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get it. I can
See,
do
I
it.
can't do that because you just keep scrolling. You gotta like.
All right, I have to find the perfect video.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I have
oh.
to find the perfect video.
You like oral cream pie? Oh yeah, I will take that.
That's so interesting. I think we're gonna have to try that. I want to try watching the porn because I would like to see what she's into. It'll probably be a black guy. She's into black men.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm black. And
Oh. I was-
she's into black men and I know it.
Yes, sometimes you are. Yeah, I was so disappointed. It's like, let's watch a movie together. And he was like this.
You're like, oh, this is good.
Oh, this is good. I go,
Yeah.
this is good?
Facial. Oh, it's facial. Okay, sorry.
No.
Yeah. It takes a lot of me searching. Like I just can't do like an old pervert with like some weirdo, like a creep trying to have sex
Well,
with a
what
porn.
are you looking at,
Yeah, what are
Stevie?
you into, What are you into, Stevie?
What are you
Well,
looking
you know, sometimes they be having
Then
stuff.
he'll probably fall asleep with the kind I like.
I be like, I like
massage, the
like,
massage that just goes, you know, like,
passionate lovemaking, romance couple passionate lovemaking.
I watch the bisexual stuff like that.
Do you? Yeah.
Okay.
I put in like ebony threesome. I put in thick Latina woman.
With a big butt.
That's me. That's who I am, and that's what I look for. I'm into it, you know.
Right.
Well, this was really, really fun talking to you guys, and
Yes.
because you guys are just such a fun couple, and I'm glad that everything's been working out well for you guys. And I mean, it's nice and it's refreshing to just have these conversations with other couples because I mean, this is what this show is all about. People always like, what do you mean you're not in a bad marriage? We were actually out with some friends of ours who said that, and I go, well, the thing about it is, you kind of realize when you're first with someone, and you kind of feel like you're going to get married and live happily ever after, right?
Right.
And then you realize what the hell? It's not really like that. You have to really deal with each other. And as time goes on, you become more companions and friends. Then there's, you know, the lustfulness and stuff comes and goes. I'll say that for us on average every. But you know,
depending on what the children are doing.
yeah, right. If we have 15 minutes, they took a walk. I mean, we
Vic,
might,
for real,
It's
Vic.
always about the children.
For
Yeah.
real, Vic.
and that's the thing too, right? So when you have a family, it's always about what they need all the time, and we for ourselves, right? So
Right.
I know, and we love them and stuff, you know, but there's sometimes the balance, you know,
Right.
that balance
Right.
thing or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
so-
And it's good to know that we're not alone in this, you know, like I can't wait till COVID is over and we could go out, have some drinks, have fun together, you know, have a whole time because we really need it because these kids be up our butts. But really just knowing that we're not alone, you know, like me and Jenny, like we go through similar stuff. So it's good to have like someone there like, oh my God, like I'm not alone, you know, and Vic and Joanna very much have a lot in common. So it's good to deal with other couples. And I thank you so much. This was so much fun. This was definitely a fun Thursday. Because this is all we do now is be able to see each other through, you know, lives and stuff. So
yeah,
I thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you so much and what you're doing for everybody and what you have done for us. You already know. I always tell you this all the time, that you're an amazing person. And I love you even more like when we hang out. Like, oh my God, the last time we really hung out was after that Christmas party. And oh my God, we had so much fun that I didn't even want to go home. I'm like, Jenny, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I have to get up at 4. We had so much fun.
he came to pick me up at the Christmas party, and I said, yeah, I have plans.
Finally,
I'm going out with my friends.
we have friends.
We had so much fun. It was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just love you guys as a couple, and you guys are such great parents and all of that. So, and Joanna, you just look so great, and I just want to tell you that. If anyone, I mean, I'm sure your family does, but you just, from the outside world, from over here, you look just amazing, and congratulations on everything, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really needed this. She really needed this, you know, that postpartum that us men go through with or
And you guys
or
go
what.
through.
So this
what the
was
fuck is
great.
going on? That hurt. He like that.
I didn't go through nothing. It was just another day. It was a Tuesday.
I just want to tell you that like having this conversation, I'm more convinced than ever that me and Stevie are exactly alike.
Yes.
And
Everyone always says it. Everyone always says it. They're like,
That's
you and
just
Daddy must have been like
like
brothers or
we have
sisters
people-
from another mister.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
are.
So anyway, guys, thanks so much for being on the show, and we will see you real soon. I promise. I know Stevie keeps saying we got to get together for drinks, so you know our patio. We have a big, you know, our patio. So
Yes.
if you guys want to come over for some drinks, that'd be great.
Not the
Yeah.
fur. You can't bring,
Can't bring the fur.
You can't bring the fur.
And no Four Locos. I love you guys. Love you, Vic. Thank you so much for having us. We love you.
At a time, one coochie at a time, one
One
coochie.
coochie at a time. One
Bad marriage for life. Don't forget, Tuesday, we have Small Business Tuesdays happening where I interview. I think this week we're going to have 3 people on for Small Business Tuesdays, which I'm really excited about. So if you know somebody with a small business or you have one yourself, just DM me. I'm actually, every week where I interview people, I'm having them also recommend some folks. So it's good. This is a great thing. Wednesdays is who I should be talking to Wednesdays. So far, I've interviewed Benny the Butcher, Chris Webby, and also last night, Papoose. Papoose said a lot of things about his relationship with Remy last night. Super important things that you need to hear. So make sure and check out that interview. And we'll be back next Thursday at 7 o'clock with Bad Marriage for Life, okay?
All right. Before we go, though, I just want to say one thing. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to a man who I consider my brother Kwame. And so he turned 48 today.
Oh,
That's
nice.
my brother for life. He's been through so much, and he's still here.
Great.
And stuff, you know, and I spoke to him for about an hour today, and it made me feel like it was my birthday and stuff, you know. So happy birthday, Kwame. Love you, brother. All right. And Russell Simmons style, you know, God bless. Good night.
All right. Bye. Have a great weekend.